And we're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. That was a great segment. I really enjoyed when Carl was in here. I love Tuesdays when she comes in. I love this time of year in the North Georgia mountains. Apple Festival. It's just an enjoyable time. Let's see, is anybody... Let me turn my volume down here. Okay. Is anybody... we got some things on social media. Rose is always over here waiting to hear from you folks. 706-889-9700. You can text us. chief@fetchernews.com. You can send us emails there. You can also follow us on Twitter @FetcherNews, @FYNTV. You can follow our Facebook page, Fetcher News. You can follow us on YouTube. You can join our YouTube channel, FYNTV Fetcher News on YouTube. Subscribe there, and anytime we're live or have an event going on, you'll get a notification. You can go to FetcherNews.com and get our newsletter, right, Rose? If they go there, they can sign up. You can sign up for our newsletter, okay? And you go to FetcherNews.com, sign up for our newsletter. Go to Towns County. I mean, we're always talking Blue Ridge City Council. Click on Towns County there. Right? That's that mayor's race up there for Hiawassee mayor election. That's heating up a little bit between two candidates. Check that one out. So those are all the ways to find us. We're happy to tell you that this is a cat-free zone. Absolutely. Cat-free zone. You have something? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? Oh, that's what they do at the varsity, right?
I've got the latest tweet from Donald Trump.
Well, let me go there because let me go see what Trump has done. All right, Trump has put out another tweet. Okay, before we let me see first. Okay. Thank you, Rose, for making me aware of this. Oh, no, is this 17 minutes ago? The failing New York Times set little Bob Corker up by recording his conversation, was made to sound a fool, and that's what I'm dealing with. Oh, that's what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with, folks. That's pretty good. All right, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Stay with me. Bob Corker, we're going to talk about it. I'm eating almonds. I probably need to stop. I'm going to put these away. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And the 2018 election. We're not done. We are far from done today. Let's see, where are we at here? Tonight is Blue Ridge City Council. Actually, I'm a little nervous about going to that Blue Ridge City Council tonight. You never know. You never know at the Blue Ridge City Council. Frank Moore sent delivered by hand to Miss Barbie Gerald. This was October 9th, just yesterday, a fresh letter. Miss Barbie Gerald, Elections Superintendent, City of Blue Ridge, regarding qualifications of Clyde David Stuart and N. Brendan Doyle to be candidates for City Council in the city of Blue Ridge, Georgia. So, this letter goes on. Miss Gerald, this firm represents Cindy Trimble, a resident of the city of Blue Ridge, and I write regarding important information regarding the matter set forth in the affidavits of qualification that were required to be signed under oath and delivered to you by Stuart and Doyle. Now, We have obtained, Clyde David Stuart, we have obtained information that leads us to believe that Mr. C. David Stuart may not be qualified to run for city council, specifically the place at which he stated under oath as being his residence in the notice of candidacy and affidavit at 2436 East 1st Street, Blue Ridge, Georgia, the shop from which he operates a commercial auto body repair shop. A copy of the Fannin Tax Assessor Record Plat shows the shop property is attached. Okay, so they have the property attached. They go through everything. They put all the details out. They call it a residence. It is C2 zoned. All right. Now, in this being said, they're questioning these qualifications based on the residency. They have in Brendan Doyle. Now, just to let you know, Brendan Doyle owns the Boro. That's the Irish pub, I think it is, the Boro. We have also obtained information that leads us to believe that Mr. N. Brendan Doyle may not be qualified to run for city council. Specifically, we understand that the place at which Mr. Doyle stated under oath was his residence in his notice of candidacy and affidavit is 150 West Main Street, Blue Ridge. The pub. So you go to body shop, the pub, from which he operates an Irish pub, a copy of the Fannin tax record. So they have used these addresses for their candidacy. They're not even trying to hide it, and it was never brought into question. This is an affidavit. When they come in to qualify to run for office, they have to sign an affidavit saying that all things in their paperwork is true, accurate, and they swear to it that this is the truth and nothing but the truth. So they don't try to hide it, and Brendan Doyle uses 150 West Main Street, which they have attached. They have attached the pictures of the. They have attached pictures of these properties and all the tax records of all the zoning. So we have that attached to this letter that went to Barbie Gerald. Now the thing about it is you only have a certain amount of time to challenge it, and when it's questioned, Barbie Gerald, the election superintendent, is required to look into it and investigate it. I guess required's a big word. I don't know how required she is, but obviously there was some picking and choosing going on. Obviously, it's obvious. Now, when I say obvious, to me it's obvious. I don't know to you. It's obvious within these 3 to 4 pairs of glasses that I wear. I don't need glasses. It seems to be obvious that one particular candidate stood out for a reason to be investigated. It seems to be obvious that one particular group, may it be Angie Arp, may it be, well, you know what I said, when we get like this, we're just going to say, oh fudge, maybe, oh fudge, Angie Arp, maybe a couple other people in the cartel, maybe Johnny went to David Stuart. It talked David Stuart into running. Maybe Johnny said, hey, David, you owe me one. Run for office. Maybe that happened. Maybe it did. Maybe Johnny went in there and said, David, we don't have anybody to run for this post. You know, you owe me one, don't you? I don't know. It could have happened. It could have. I have no idea if it did. Maybe Councilwoman Arp owns the property left and right. I don't know if left and right. Maybe Councilwoman Arp owns the property left and right of Brendan Doyle, Boro the pub. Maybe Angie Arp owns property left and right there. Maybe before qualification and after, Miss Arp was seen going in to that pub quite often. I don't know if she was getting a pint. I think it's, I don't know. Maybe, I didn't say she was. I didn't say it. Maybe she was in there getting a pint, having a pint after a hard day's work. I don't know. But maybe she went in there and said, Brendan. Maybe Angelina. I don't know. Maybe Angelina went in and said hello. I don't know. Oh, fudge. Maybe. But it just seems obvious to me that one candidate stood out. One candidate didn't fit their mold. One resident did not come up to the standard that David Siphon, Barbie Gerald, Angie Arp, Angelina Powell, Johnny Searcy, maybe all of them. One stood out. Just one. And that was Sycamore Crossing, Jane Whaley, and her apartment. Now that one, they have gone through thoroughly. That one, they have done an intensive investigation. That one, I have proof. Oh, hell yeah. I knew it was coming. I have proof that they've staked out this lady's apartment and have been taking pictures of her apartment. I have to tell you, you know what they say in the country? You live there if you go off the back porch. Maybe fall. I'm reading something into that, okay? Okay? I know what parking lot they have been on because I have it in writing where they stake out the property to take the pictures. I have it. I know the lot where they pull up and take pictures and photographs of Jane Whaley's apartment so they can see what she's doing. I know for a fact that they sit there to see if she has steps. I know for a fact that they sit outside and take pictures to see if there's lights on at night. For a fact. See, some things seem a certain way. Some things look a certain way. I mean, it is, to me, Johnny could have. Well, Johnny could have went down and said, hey, David, you owe me one. Could have happened. And maybe Councilwoman Arp said, Brendan, don't worry. If passing out in the pub equals residence. Now, not that Brendan has passed out. Brendan, I actually like the guy, okay? But let's say like this. Let's say Miss Arp, maybe Angelina went in the pub and asked Brendan if she could, hey, can you smell my nuts all the way from here? Don't get, why does everybody always get upset with me? Maybe, but I have proof. I have proof they have Whaley staked out. I have proof they take pictures at night to see if the lights are on. I have proof that they sit in a certain lot right next to the Whaleys and take pictures to see if there's steps on the back porch. I got proof. Now, I don't care about all of that proof because that'll be up to a court to decide. That will be up to Miss Whaley to give her case of why she feels she's able to run for city council. That will be up to her attorney, Frank Moore, to present her case of why she should be eligible for city council. But I'll tell you this much. I wish those same people, and the courts will decide, and we'll have to go with the courts. But I wish those same people would stake out that body shop. Maybe, Johnny, you can help. Wish those same people could stake that body shop. Wish those same people could stake out that bar. Interesting. Maybe some of them are in that bar when they go over to Whaley's to take their picture. I'm just saying. So this is not, let me tell you something. I cannot determine whether Jane Whaley is qualified, her status is qualified, and she's eligible to run for office for city council in the city of Blue Ridge. I cannot do that, but a judge is going to. I'm not qualified. Now, here's the sad thing, because this is not an attack statement. I'm not qualified to decide if Jane Whaley can run for office. But either is Barbie Gerald qualified to decide whether Jane Whaley can run for office. Because let me tell you something. Miss Gerald's got, you know what they used to say, she got some splaining to do. Miss Gerald got some splaining to do of why David Stuart was not questioned. Miss Gerald's got some splaining to do of why the Boro and Doyle was not questioned. Miss Gerald's got some splaining to do of who came in her office and put pressure on her to investigate Jane Whaley. That's right. Miss Gerald's got some splaining to do. And we're going to have the court decide. It's going to be up to the court. But the questions have been asked. And I got proof there that a certain group is staking out. Well, you know, they will be able to see Whaley's apartment maybe better when they make her dig her shrubs up between the other property owner, because some branches are, you know, growing over on the other property owner's side. Maybe they'll be able to see better to get their pictures. Wow. And that's tonight, Blue Ridge City Council. I wonder if I should go. I'll tell you what, I'm going to think about that during the break, and then we're going to talk about the swamp, Trump, immigration, and, you know, Trump's walking around saying, "Who's your daddy?" I'm your host. Take us to break, Richie.